Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Snoops, back at it again with another video. Now, in this video, we're going to be going through the best possible two-way small forward build. Now, I was messing around with builds again, and I came across this small forward defender build. It's actually more of a two-way build, but it has similarities of our boys PG and Jimmy Butler. But of course, this is going to be really good. So we're going to go through, we're going to have the all defensive one right here. So we're going for defense, and we're going for these two. We're going to go for main strength and vertical. As you know, defenders need their strength. They need their vertical so they can get up for blocks. They can get the strength so they can push people back. All that stuff. That's usually how it goes. You guys know the deal with that. But what we're going to do is we're going to max out these three at the top right here for finishing, as well as standing dunk. So you need close shot, driving layup, driving dunk, and standing dunk all maxed out. Mid range is going to be maxed out. 3-pointer is going to be maxed out. Free throws are going to be maxed out. Pass accuracy is maxed out. Ball handling is maxed out. Now what we're going to do is we're going to max out perimeter, defense, lateral quickness, steals, and blocks. Drop all these down here and take that as a 60, and then we're gonna bring that up to, bring post moves up to 43, so we can get the 6 playmaking badges here. So we're gonna have 6 playmaking badges, 1 shooting badge. I hope that we can get like more, but sadly for some reason we won't get more unless we actually completely maxed out, post fade. Then we'll be able to get more. But having those playmaking badges is gonna be good enough so we can get on the inside. And don't underestimate us from the mid-range. We are able to shoot the mid-range as well as get ourselves some fouls in while driving, and shoot the free throws very well. But we're mainly going for that perimeter defense to be able to lock down people on the perimeter, get the steals up the blocks. And we don't really need offensive and defensive rebounding because that's what the big men are for. You know what I'm saying? Those are what the bigs are for. And then we have interior defense at a 60 because it's already at a 55. So just bringing it up by 5 points is really, really good enough. So a 60 is really good, but we're mainly going for that perimeter defense as well as the finishing. We're going to continue. I like the built stuff. We're going to go up to 6'8". The reason why is because our driving dunk stays at an 85 and our standing dunk goes up to a 77. Then we get our block by up by 2, interior defense up by 2. Then of course our rebounding up by 1. Free throw goes down by 2. Middle range goes down by 1. It's okay. 75 accuracy because it goes down by 1. Ball handling goes down by 4, but it's okay because we don't really have that much of ball handling anyway. But our post move stays the same. Our 3-pointer stays the same. Close shot, those stuff go down, but it's all good because then we're gonna max out our weight, which gives us the -4 to lateral quickness, so it goes down from an 80 to a 76, but it increases our interior defense up to a 67. So it does increase to a 67 right there. Then we're going to minimize our wingspan because we still have an 80 plus steal. An 80 plus steal in an 80 plus block. So we still get to have an 80 plus no matter what, guys. No matter what, it's still going down. But also it helps bring up our mid-range shot. Helps bring up our ball handling, even though it only goes up by 1. We still lost a 1 profit on it. And our post moves goes up by 1. So either way, we get to have our mid-range up. And also it helps whenever you minimize your wingspan, it literally helps us on the default strength. Whenever you increase, our default strength goes down. So it doesn't really help as much. And then we're going to go for the lockdown takeover because we are a lockdown. But of course, two-way finisher, we got Shawn Marion, Jimmy Butler, and PG. Of course, really good players here. We're going to go ahead, click on test build, and we're going to go through the badges because why not? Why not? But anyway, we're already going to go down to here. Overall rating. So for the 1 shooting badge, we can have like any shooting badge really. I just recommend Hot Zone Hunter. In my personal opinion, I definitely do recommend Hot Zone Hunter. mainly because you're going to be slashing and all that stuff, and you're really not going to be shooting that often. So you really won't have enough like points to put quick draw on and have it actually be useful at all. So Hot Zone Hunter is going to be your best bet, because Hot Zone Hunter boosts the shot percentage for attempts taken in a player's favorite spot, and that means layups as well. I've had this activate on layups. Don't know if they actually patched it, so because I know they reworked badges. I've had it activate like whenever I did layups and stuff. So I don't know if they reworked it and made it to where it doesn't count for layups and only counts for like shots, but it says shot percentages. So it doesn't say jump shot percentages, it only says shot percentage. So, and also because the layups also count as a shot as well. Any shot that you really take, or any like time that you try to get the ball in the basket, counts as a shot, I would say anyway. So Hot Zone Hunter definitely a must, because you're not going to be shooting that much. Playmaking, having that stop and go on gold is going to be beautiful, as well as downhill, because we're not going to be trying to go for, because here's the thing, we're not trying to dribble around as much. We are not trying to like just break our opponent and trying to get around. If that's the case, then you might want to put stop and go on at least silver, and then have like the 3 silver badges go downhill, stop and go, and quick first step, all silver. But me, I personally, like I could do this, but for right now, just for, yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna put on there just for the purpose of it being like really good lineup of badges there, because we're not trying to dribble around as much, because we don't have that high of a ball control. So quick first step, as soon as we get the ball, then we can just explode out towards one side, as well as like stop and go, so we can get the ball, stop, and then do a couple dribble moves or whatever, then explode out to the right. Downhill's good for our transition, so we can get down the court with the ball, do a fast break, get the dunk off and everything. So that's going to be really good. We're going to be using those badges. For finishing, of course, we need our finishing badges right here. Fancy footwork, we're going for pro touch, consistent finisher. Giant Slayer will be really good to have as well. These are going to be your main badges. I always tell people, if you are smaller, like having fancy footwork and Giant Slayer are going to be your best friend if you are smaller. And because we're in the small forward, if we are going to, like, because a lot of people are going to be running glass cleaning and lockdowns for centers. And like that's pretty much like the meta for bigs as of right now. So that's why I definitely recommend just running Giant Slayer, because you will see a ton, and when I say a ton, I definitely mean a ton of glass cleaning lockdowns or paint beast or even interior forces. So those are the 3 main like builds that you'll technically see in the center position. And a lot of the time you'll be playing like some teams that will have 2 bigs. So that's why I recommend having fancy footwork, contact finisher, Giant Slayer, pro touch. Those are going to be your main badges to have. Because also, Showtime doesn't really do much. I don't really care for Lob City finisher because we are not a pure finisher. Acrobat, I don't really care for because, you know, it does help. It does help. But me personally, I don't think it's like good enough for me to help, or for me to like get layups and stuff, because I'm mainly going to be abusing that fancy footwork anyway. And Giant Slayer even works without Acrobat. I've had it help with me with just bronze, and it's kind of awesome that it helps even with just bronze. So that's why I just take those. No Relentless Finisher. Relentless Finisher has been worthless the past couple years. It's only fatigue, really. So if you are continuously like finishing at the rim and you have like no stamina, then what's the point? Because then you're just more than likely gonna miss, and Relentless Finisher isn't gonna do too much either. So your main priority finishing badges right there, guys. And for defense, because we are a small forward, Intimidator, Hall of Fame. You want to have that Clamps Hall of Fame as well. If you want to, you can have Defensive Leader Hall of Fame as well. I'm just gonna have that on. I'm just not gonna have that right now. Pickpocketing have on gold. Pick Dodger, you're gonna have that on Hall of Fame. You can have that off-ball pest on silver. Heart Crusher on gold as well. You can have that Tireless Defender on Hall of Fame as well. You can also take off-ball pest off if you want. It doesn't really matter. So at this point, you can either you can take down Heart Crusher to silver and have the Hall of Fame defensive leader, or if you have somebody that already has defensive leader on Hall of Fame, like a big, then you can have Rebound Chaser or like Trapper. Trapper would be really good as well. So you can have either Off-Ball Pest, Trapper, or defensive leader, depending on what you have and what you're playing with. And then just remember, guys, and I don't even know if this is 100% true, but if it is true, let me know in the comment section below. But I do believe that you can change around your badges at any point before games. Like whenever you're just running around, you can change your badges at any point in time whenever you have all your badge upgrades. So when you have all your badge upgrades and you maxed out all your badges and everything for a section, so like defense, say I got all 25 of my badges, I do believe once I get all 25 of my upgrades, I can change my badges at any time pretty much, except for like when I'm in games and stuff, like, you know, the usual deal. So you can change it depending on who you're playing with. So if you're playing with somebody that has defensive leader, then you can like take off defensive leader and put it on like Off-Ball Pest or Trapper. If you aren't playing with somebody that has defensive leader, then you can take off Heart Crusher and then you can put on Hall of Fame defensive leader, so you can get those defense stats up and everything. So yeah, that'll be pretty good. So I just usually would recommend something like this as well. You can just definitely run this if you are playing with somebody that has defensive leader. You can still get the Trapper, you can still have Heart Crusher and Off-Ball Pest, but you can have the silver badges. So these are definitely like ways I would look at it. I wouldn't recommend like Chase Down Artist or Brick Wall. Chase Down Artist really doesn't do much. Hasn't been, as far as I'm aware, for like the past like couple years. Brick Wall is good, but you're not a big, so I wouldn't recommend it. Box, you're not really going to be boxing out people for rebounds. Rebound Chaser and Rim Protector, I leave those for bigs. Interceptors, I leave those for guards pretty much. Lightning Reflexes doesn't really work that well. Moving Truck and Post Move Lockdown for bigs. Worm, I really wouldn't see Worm being used unless you are trying to grab boards. Allows rebounders to swim or spin around box outs more easily. So if you're a big, definitely would recommend that if you're like a glass cleaner. And then Pogo Stick, you're not going to be doing multiple blocks in succession if you are guarding the perimeters, so definitely wouldn't recommend that. So those are all the badges, guys. Hope that you enjoyed this build video. Make sure to leave it a like if you did enjoy. Comment your feedback in the comment section below. And also hit that bell notification icon so you know whenever I upload. And if you are new, if you're watching this and if you are new, hit that subscribe button. Don't know why you haven't hit that subscribe button yet. Doing daily NBA 2K content for you guys. Park gameplay and rec center gameplay is coming soon, guys. As well as, you know, like little like funny moments. Because for right now, we're trying to get everything set up for like the Pro-Am team. We're getting everything set up to have like our like 100% like confirmed squad to run with, and for all of our builds, what we're working with, we're trying to grind them out, max them out as much as possible. So hope that you guys are excited for that as much as I am, and as always, I'll talk to you all in the next one. Later, everybody.